Welcome back, everyone. So in this video, I will start from question 31, and this is again since Public Service Commission lecture mathematics paper of 2024. So like we have again an MCQ from English, in which is like what is a synonym of the word admonish? So basically admonish means like there are multiple meanings in a positive and negative sense as well. Means like to scold someone, to advise someone, to suggest someone, maybe in a harsh way or not in a harsh way. So obviously, if we look at these all the words, defeat is not a synonym, defend is not a synonym, destroy is not a synonym. So the synonym is the word counsel. It means you're going to counsel someone, you're going to maybe counsel in a harsh way, so you're scolding or not. It depends. So the next MCQ is from English as well. It's change the underlying word without changing the meaning. It means we have to tell what is the word with a similar meaning, or we have to tell what is going to be the synonym of this word. The word is he enjoys vicarious authority. So vicarious means coming from someone else, coming from someone else. It's very common in our country. You can see like, okay, we have politicians, and there are those people who work with the politicians, and these people use this vicarious authority, authority of not their own, but the authority of the politicians to just get all the things done that they want. Okay, so this word is similar in meaning to the word delegated, because wide is not similar to that, limited is not similar, and tenuous means something that is weak. So the similar word is delegated. So the authority is delegated from someone else. So they are basically enjoying this vicarious authority. So, okay, these were two MCQs from English, and now we have again MCQs from mathematics. So we have a system which is given here. You can see this is homogeneous system because the right hand side is 0 and all these. We have to answer, like we have to say that, okay, whether the system is inconsistent or it has trivial solution, or maybe the solution maybe does not exist, and these things are similar, almost similar, and determine of the matrix of the coefficients is 0. So I think we should start with part D, option D, and see what happens. So what am I doing? I'm writing these coefficients. You can see 3, 2, and a 1 here. Okay, I'm sorry. Where am I going? Okay, 3, 2, 1, and maybe the coefficients from here, 2, 1, 4, and the coefficients from here, which is 1, 4, 1, 1, 4, 1, and I'm going to find, okay, what is the determinant of this one? You can see the right hand side is 0, so this is a homogeneous system. So we look at the determinant will tell us many things. So if you find the determinant, maybe this is 3, and you avoid these rows and columns, then you have this thing. This is going to be 1 minus 16 minus 2, this one, and then you have 2 minus 4 plus 1, then you have 8 minus 1, which is like, I think this is going to be minus 45. Okay, whatsoever. 2 minus 4 is minus 2, so this is going to be plus 4, and this is 8 minus 1, 7, so 7. So whatever the number is, it's not equal to 0. So if you have homogeneous system and the determinant is not 0, you will always get a solution, and that will be only one solution, and that solution is going to be the trivial solution. So this option is correct according to the determinant that we get. Because if in these equations, if you explicitly substitute x1, x2, and x3 to be 0, then you're all done. You're all set. It is inconsistent. This is not true because the system has a solution. So we cannot say it is inconsistent. So the solution does not exist. This is also not true. And the determinant of the matrix of the coefficient is 0. This is also not true. You can see. So you can see all of these options. Just if you have a homogeneous system, just find the determinant if the number of equations is same as number of variables. Otherwise, like you have many other techniques to analyze, okay, what is the system? What does the system tell you? Okay. So 34 is theta is the angle between the vectors such that the cross product, the absolute value or the length or the mod of the, what should we say? Cross product gives us a vector. So maybe the length of the vector coming from the cross product is equal to the absolute value of the dot product. Then what should be the angle? We know very well that, okay, this cross product is defined as norm of both vectors times sine theta. And we have absolute value. And this is norm of both vectors cosine theta, absolute value. So what we can do is we can write the system in this way: AB, an absolute value of sine theta, and AB, absolute value of cosine theta. We can cancel out these things from both sides. So we have absolute value of sine theta is same as absolute value of cosine theta. So what is the angle theta such that this property is satisfied? So obviously, I think theta is some sort of multiple of 45. Like you have 45, and it is also true for, I think, 90 plus 45, which is going to be 135, and other angles. But obviously, we have only one option here, that is 45, that we have to select. And there's no option like 35. Because, like, okay, you can check for all of these options independently as well. Like, if you put 0 here, sine 0 is equal to 0, but cosine 0 is equal to 1. So you can see 0 is not equal to 1, and you can check for these options as well. So this is also one option that you can do. So MCQ 35 is very simple, just you have to differentiate. So what does this, so you have a function, and this thing tells that, okay, you differentiate u with respect to y, and then you differentiate with respect to x. Because y comes first, then there's x. X is the outer derivative. So you have to differentiate which function? X square plus y square with respect to y. So if you differentiate with respect to y, this is constant 0, and the derivative of this one is 2y. Now, if you differentiate this function with respect to x, this is going to be 0 because it is treated as a constant. So the correct option is B. Okay. So the next one is about probability. The probability that A passes a test is 2/3. So P of A, let's say, is 2/3, and probability that B passes the test is 3/5. So probability of B is 3/5. Fine. Okay. Like this question is not completely deleted. So find the probability that the only one of them passes. So either A passes the exam or B passes the exam. I will add some additional information in this one before going to solve the exact problem that we need to. So probability of A means probability that A passes a test. Probability of A complement is probability that A does not pass the exam. So it's going to be 1 minus this number 2/3, which is going to be 1/3. Similarly, probability that B does not pass the exam is 1 minus 3/5, which is going to be 2/5. Now we have to find that, like, what is the probability that only A passes the test plus, because like I can write in this way, only A union only B. But I can write this union as probability of only A plus probability of only B. And mathematically, like you can write only A means A passes and B fails, plus probability that uh, B passes, A fails. So this is the idea. Now what we can do is, like, since these all the events are independent, because if A passes, it does not have any effect on B. So I can write this as probability of A times probability of B complement plus probability of A complement times probability of B. So I have all the values. I'm going to put the values here. Probability of A is 2/3. Probability of B complement is 2/5. You can see. So probability of A 2/3, probability of B complement 2/5, and plus probability of A complement is 1/3, probability of B is 3/5. And just you need to multiply and add. So the first number is going to be 4/15 plus 3/15, and it becomes 7/15. So the correct option is D. So this is simple, like, probability thing. So just you have to apply, okay, some sort of independence properties. Okay, MCQ 27 seems very simple. You have to find the Laplace transform of this function, and like most of the times, like you have some elementary functions and you should know the Laplace transform of those functions. Otherwise, like, you can explicitly find the Laplace transform of a function just if you know the formula, that is integral 0 to infinity e to the minus st and the function dt. This is like Laplace transform in the real sense, but you have also other formula for the Laplace transform in some complex situation. But like most of the times when this question is asked in these exams, it's basically asking this Laplace transform in the real sense. Okay, so what is the Laplace transform of e to the at? Is 0 to infinity e to the negative st e to the at dt. So just you integrate and you put the limit, that's it. So what am I doing? I'm writing this in this way. Minus t s minus a and dt. And if you integrate e to the minus t s minus a and you divide this minus s minus a and you apply a limit from 0 to infinity. So now if you apply infinity here, so this is basically s minus a, s is greater than a, this thing is given to us. So s minus a should be greater than 0. So this is a positive quantity. So you apply a limit to this thing. So e to the negative infinity, or e to the negative t when t goes to infinity becomes 0. So it's 0 minus, then you apply 0 here. So e to the 0 is 1. So you get minus s minus a. And after simplification, you get 1 over s minus a, which is this option C. So either you apply the formula or you do integration to find out, okay, what's going to be the Laplace transform. Okay. Okay, so this question is about what is the equation of the tangent line to the curve y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x at the curve's inflection point. So inflection point is like where the second derivative is 0. So you find the first derivative. Like, this is not the rigorous definition, okay, what is the inflection point, but like you can see, okay, where the second derivative is 0, that's going to be the inflection point of the curve. So the first derivative is 3x squared minus 6x plus 4, and the second derivative is 6 minus 6, I'm going to set it equal to 0. So you can see after solving this one, I will get x is equal to 1. So you put x is equal to 1 here, you will get the value of y to be, you can see 1 minus 3 plus 4, 1 minus 3 plus 4. So this is going to be 2. So this is basically the point x1, y1 that we have. That is 1, 2. And now, like, to find the equation of the tangent, you need also the value of the slope. And the slope is equal to the value of y prime at these points, which is this one. So you put here x is equal to 1. So this becomes 3 minus 6 plus 4. So this is 1. Now, what is the equation? You know very well, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is the equation of the tangent. So y minus y1 is 2. M is 1. X minus x1 is 1. You can see here, this is x1 and this is y1. So what does this give? Y is equal to x minus 1 plus 2. So y is equal to x plus 1, which is this one. So after the basic ideas, everything else is just simplification, you know. So this is the second derivative, set it equal to 0. You get the value of x, put it here. You get the value of y. This is the point that you have then, 1, 2. And for the value of m, just go for first derivative, put the value of x, you get 1. Put the values in this equation, you will get the equation that matches this one. Okay. So the sum of the coefficients of like a minus b to the 10. So you know very well, okay, if you have something like a plus b to the 2, then it is like a square plus 2ab plus b square. If you have a minus b, say a square minus 2ab plus b square. So what are the coefficients? You can see, okay, the coefficients are 1, 2, 1, 1, minus 2, 1. So always like if you have negative, there are alternate signs. If you have positive, everything is positive. So what is the sum of the coefficients here? 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4. And what is the sum of the coefficients here? It's 0. So whenever you have minus and whatever the power is, if the power is, let's say, a natural number, then the sum is always going to be 0. Because like these coefficients are symmetric, like you can see from binomial theorem, but I will give you a simpler understanding behind this. So coming from Pascal's triangle, you can see this is how Pascal's triangle look like. So you know very well, if I'm going to expand a minus b to the 4, these are going to be the coefficients that I'll be having. But because of negative sign, like the first is going to be the positive one, negative, positive, negative, positive. So these are going to be alternate signs. And these are symmetric. So you can see if you sum these all, you should always get 0. So like you have minus 4 and minus 4 is going to be minus 8. And 1 plus 6 plus 1 is going to be plus 8, which is 0. So whatever you do, you go for this plus 1, minus 3, plus 3, minus 1. So minus 3 plus 3 plus 1 minus 1. So you get 0 at the end. So the correct option for this one is 0. Okay, maybe last one for now. So a total of x feet of fencing is to form 3 sides of a level rectangular yard. So I have a rectangular yard like this, but I'm talking about its 3 sides. So maybe this side, and this side. So the total length is going to be x. So what is the maximum possible area of the yard in terms of x? I have to find out this maximum possible area. This total length is going to be x. Sorry. This total length is going to be x. So let's say the length is L, Maybe it's length or width, I don't know exactly, but I'm going to name it L. And the width is going to be, obviously, it's going to be x minus 2L, because total is x. I'm going to subtract L twice. So x minus 2L. What should be the area? Area is going to be the product of length and width. It means the product of this one with this one. So it's L x minus 2L, which is going to be xl minus 2L squared. Okay. So I want to maximize in terms of L. So I need to find out what should be L so that this area is maximized. So I need to differentiate this, maybe the derivative with respect to L, which is going to be x minus 4L, and set it equal to 0. You know, to find out the maximum or minimum, we differentiate and see that, okay, what's going to be the critical point. So this gives us x is equal to 4L. It means length is going to be x divided by 4. So this is going to be the length. So this width is going to be x minus 2L. So x minus 2, the value of L is, okay, this is not 4 divided by x, this is x divided by 4. So 2 times, so x minus x divided by 2, which becomes x divided by 2. So this is width. This is width, this is length. You multiply and you get the area. So the area is length into width. Length is x divided by 4 and width is x divided by 2. So this is going to be x squared divided by 8. So this is going to be the area, the maximum one. So x squared divided by 8. Okay, see you in the next video.